Have you ever looked in the mirror and realized your strength isn't really there anymore? That the man staring back at you moves slower, breathes heavier, and tires faster than he ever used to? Here's the truth after age 35. The average American man loses 8% of his muscle mass every decade. And most of that loss doesn't come from age, it comes from neglect. Not the body giving up, but the mind forgetting how to fight back. That's why while millions sign up for gyms and spend hours chasing fitness trends, only a small fraction ever rebuild the real thing. The kind of strength you can feel in your bones, the kind that doesn't fade when life hits hard. But the military discovered something no gym trainer talks about. In years of testing elite soldiers, researchers found that just 5 compound movements could rebuild total body strength, endurance, and mental resilience faster than any modern workout. These are not fancy routines, no expensive equipment, no shortcuts. Just raw battle-tested movements used to transform ordinary recruits into functional warriors. And here's the part, nobody tells you these same 5 drills can reverse muscle decline, boost testosterone naturally, and rebuild the mental edge that makes a man feel unstoppable again, all from the comfort of your own home. So if you've felt yourself slipping, if your body doesn't move like it used to, this is your wake-up call. Because the next few minutes might just be the difference between aging like everyone else and rising like the soldiers who never quit. You might think crawling belongs to babies or boot camps, but the bear crawl is where true strength starts, the kind of raw functional control every man needs to rebuild his body. Imagine this at 6 a.m. Your hands hit the cold floor, your knees hover just 2 inches off the ground, and suddenly every muscle in your body wakes up. Shoulders tighten, abs fire, quads burn, and for the first time in years, you can feel your body working together, not in pieces. That's exactly why military training begins here. Most men over 35 lose not just muscle, but coordination, the ability to move powerfully under their own weight. According to a 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging, more than 72% of men past midlife show reduced neuromuscular efficiency, meaning their brain and body have literally stopped communicating. The bear crawl reprograms that connection. It forces your mind to control motion again, rebuilding strength from the ground up. From a scientific standpoint, it's genius. This single movement activates more than 80% of your total muscle mass at once. Core, shoulders, glutes, and stabilizers all firing simultaneously. It improves balance, endurance, and joint integrity without needing heavy weights or machines. That's why soldiers use it before every major field drill. It teaches your body to work as one. So when life throws chaos at you, you can still move with control and confidence. Here's a quick tip. If you're starting out, keep your back flat, your core tight, and your knees low, barely 2 inches off the ground. Move opposite hand and foot together, slow and steady. It's not about speed, it's about control. Even 30 seconds a day can transform the way your body feels and performs. But just mastering coordination won't make you unbreakable, because strength means nothing without the power to lift, pull, and dominate real-world weight. And that's exactly what comes next, the movement that separates soldiers from civilians. If the bear crawl rebuilds control, then the sandbag deadlift rebuilds raw power, the kind that makes a man feel dangerous again. Think about it. In real life, you don't lift perfectly balanced barbells. You lift awkward boxes, heavy furniture, a bag of soil, or your kid when they fall asleep in your arms. That's why soldiers train with sandbags, not to look strong, but to be strong when the world isn't stable. Picture yourself standing in your garage or backyard, gripping that shifting weight. The sand moves unpredictably. Your grip tightens, your back stabilizes, your core fires up to stop the sway. Suddenly, your body becomes one coordinated machine. Every rep feels alive. No repetition is the same. No lift predictable. This is what separates gym muscles from real-world strength. Science backs this up. According to a 2022 report from the American College of Sports Medicine, unstable resistance training recruits up to 40% more stabilizer muscle fibers than traditional lifts. That's why sandbag deadlifts develop total posterior chain power from your traps down to your hamstrings, while improving grip strength and balance at the same time. It's not just about lifting weight, it's about training the body to perform under pressure the same way a soldier does under combat stress. Here's how to make it count. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, chest up, spine neutral. Drive your hips back, grip the bag tight, and lift using your legs, not your ego. Control the descent, that's where the magic happens. Start light if you have to, even with a heavy duffel bag filled with towels or dirt. What matters is the intent, full control, full engagement, every rep a test of will. Do this 3 to 4 times a week, 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, and you'll start noticing something subtle but powerful. Your posture straightens your grip, firms, your movements feel grounded. That's the silent power of the sandbag. But power alone isn't enough because even the strongest body collapses without stamina. And the next movement will push both your muscles and your mind to their breaking point. If the sandbag deadlift teaches you power, the burpee teaches you pain and how to master it. Every soldier knows that real transformation doesn't come from lifting weight. It comes from facing the moment when your body screams stop and you refuse to listen. That's what the burpee does. It's brutal, simple, and completely unforgiving, exactly like life. Picture this: you drop down fast, chest hits the ground, push up, explode off the floor into the air again and again. Within 20 seconds, your heart is hammering. At 30, your lungs are on fire. By 45, your legs feel like concrete. But you keep going because this movement isn't just physical, it's mental warfare. Every rep is a small battle, and each one whispers the same message: don't quit. According to a 2023 study from the National Strength and Conditioning Association, burpees elevate both aerobic and anaerobic capacity by more than 25% in just 6 weeks. That's why they're the go-to conditioning tool for Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, and Special Forces around the world. The movement simulates the rise and fall rhythm of combat: drop, react, recover, explode. It builds the ability to act fast under fatigue, to stay calm when your body wants to panic. Here's a quick training tip: if you can't perform the full version, yet remove the push-up and jump, just step back, then forward, keeping your rhythm. Your goal isn't perfection, it's consistency under exhaustion. Over time, increase your pace, your explosiveness, your mental control. Record your time for 10 burpees and aim to cut it down week by week. It's not just fitness, it's a test of character. You'll soon discover the burpee's hidden lesson: the stronger you get, the more your mind believes it can endure. You stop counting reps and start counting victories. That's why elite soldiers never underestimate this simple movement. It forges discipline, endurance, and mental toughness in one brutal package. But even the strongest warrior needs more than explosive endurance, because strength and stamina mean nothing if you can't pull your own body weight. And that's what the next movement reveals: the pure, undeniable test of a man's power pull-ups. When it comes to strength, there's no movement more honest or more humbling than the pull-up. There's no machine to hide behind, no mirror angle to make it look better. It's just you, your grip, your weight, and the simple question every soldier faces: can you lift yourself? The pull-up exposes everything. It tells you instantly whether you're strong, disciplined, and consistent or not. Imagine hanging from that cold metal bar. Your shoulders tense, your core tightens. Your palms start to sweat. Then you pull slow, steady until your chin clears the bar. For a split second, you feel unstoppable. And then gravity drags you down again, demanding proof of your strength one more time. That's why military programs around the world still use pull-ups as a standard test of combat readiness. They don't measure aesthetics, they measure capability. From a physiological perspective, this exercise is unmatched. A report from the Journal of Applied Physiology found that bodyweight pulling movements recruit over 90% of the upper body muscle chain, targeting lats, biceps, core grip, and even the smaller stabilizers that prevent shoulder injury. Every rep strengthens your entire kinetic chain, teaching your body how to work efficiently as a unit. And as your muscles grow, something deeper develops too: your ability to confront resistance without fear. If you can't do one, yet start with negatives, jump up and lower yourself slowly for 5 seconds. Use a resistance band if needed. Progress takes time, but every rep builds not only strength, but humility. The first time you clear that bar unassisted, it won't just change your arms, it'll change your mindset. You'll start walking taller, gripping firmer, feeling capable again, because nothing beats the quiet confidence of a man who can lift his own body. Still, even mastery of your own weight isn't the end. because power and strength mean little without stamina coordination and the ability to move explosively when it matters most. And that's what the final exercise demands, the relentless, heart-pounding motion that turns exhaustion into endurance. Mountain climbers. If pull-ups test your strength, mountain climbers test your endurance, the kind that separates soldiers from spectators. It's the moment where your body and lungs go to war, and only one of them will win. Picture yourself in a plank position, palms pressed into the ground core, tight sweat dripping from your forehead. Then your knees start driving forward, left, right, faster and faster, until the sound of your own breath drowns everything else out. That rhythm, that burn, that chaos, that's where endurance is built. The military uses mountain climbers to condition troops for fast, controlled movement under fatigue. You're not just burning calories, you're teaching your body how to stay coordinated when it wants to collapse. It's controlled chaos, the perfect simulation of real-world pressure. According to a 2023 report from the U.S. Army Physical Readiness Division, this single movement can spike your heart rate to 85 and 90% of your max in under 45 seconds, engaging both slow and fast-twitch muscle fibers while training core stability and hip mobility. That's why soldiers rely on it to prepare for unpredictable terrain and relentless missions. Start simple, keep your hands under your shoulders back flat, and drive one knee toward your chest, then switch quickly. Keep the motion crisp, not sloppy, and maintain a steady rhythm. Breathe through the burn. Your goal isn't to move fast, it's to move with precision under exhaustion. In time, your body learns something powerful, not just how to endure, but how to stay calm while everything inside you screams to stop. Do 4 sets of 20 to 40 reps, resting briefly between rounds. With every set, you'll feel your stamina growing, your body stabilizing, and your mind sharpening. You'll move with the controlled aggression of a soldier under pressure, powerful, efficient, unstoppable. Because at the end of the day, fitness isn't just about muscle or motion. It's about mastery of breath, of control, of resilience. But endurance, power, and strength are only part of the story. Because what ties it all together isn't found in the body, it's forged in the mind. And that's where the real transformation begins. All 5 of these movements share one mission: to rebuild the kind of strength that can't be bought, borrowed, or faked. The bear crawl gives you control. The sandbag deadlift gives you power. The burpee gives you grit. The pull-up gives you truth. And the mountain climber gives you endurance. Put them together and you don't just get fit, you become unbreakable. But here's what the military understands better than anyone. Transformation doesn't happen in a gym. It happens in the moments no one sees, when you're tired, sore, frustrated, but still show up. Real strength isn't loud. It's quiet discipline done day after day, rep after rep, when no one's watching. That's how soldiers are built, and that's exactly how you rebuild yourself. You don't need fancy machines or expensive memberships. You need space, sweat, and a decision. 3 to 4 sessions per week, 4 sets per movement, 90 seconds rest between rounds. That's your protocol, simple, efficient, and battle-proven. In just 4 weeks, your coordination sharpens, your core tightens, and your energy returns. In 8, you start to notice the shift: tighter posture, steadier breathing, sharper focus. And by 12, people don't just see the difference, they feel it when you walk in the room. But remember this, these exercises are only tools. The real weapon is your mindset. The same way soldiers train their bodies to obey under stress, you're training your mind to stay composed under chaos. Every drop of sweat is proof that you're taking control back from time, from excuses, from weakness. And that's what separates men who wish they were strong from men who prove it. So here's your challenge, not a request, a mission. Start today. Do these 5 exercises 3 times a week for the next 30 days. Document your progress. Feel your strength return. And when it does, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone else who needs to hear this message. Comment mission. Start below if you're in, and let the world know that you're done settling for average. Because the battlefield isn't out there anymore, it's inside. And the only way to win is to rise 1 rep at a time. Now stand tall, soldier. Your training begins today. You've just learned what every soldier already knows: strength isn't a gift, it's earned. Day after day, rep after rep. It's forged in sweat and silence, in the moments you want to quit but don't. That's where power is born. Not in comfort, but in conflict. So when the alarm rings tomorrow and your mind says not today, remember this, that's the exact moment real training begins. Every man who's ever built something lasting has faced that same hesitation and conquered it. The only difference between them and everyone else is that they started. No excuses, no waiting, just action. You already have the Blueprint 5 movements, one mission to become stronger, sharper, harder to break. If this message hits something deep inside, you hit subscribe because what's coming next will push you even further. And remember, you're not doing this alone. You're joining a brotherhood of men who refuse to settle, who train with purpose and live with discipline. This is your call to rise. Your comeback starts now.